In today's video, I'm going to speak about choosing the right supervisor for your project. Now this ranges from your undergraduate dissertation right to your PhD. All these points I'm going to speak about are very transferable. Number one is credentials. If I was looking at a project supervisor, I'd ask myself, well, what research have they done in the past and how good are they? Have they published good work? Are they a leading name in that field? If they are, that is a bonus. For me, when I was going for my PhD in Australia, I quickly Googled the supervisor, Aaron Coutts, and I could quickly see with his hundreds of publications, he was almost the Pep Guardiola of football research. So for me, going for a PhD in football, I couldn't really think of a better person to work with, on paper at least. So that's the first thing you need to think about. Look at the supervisor, ask yourself, can you learn from them? Point number two is availability. Trying to get point number one and point number two together can be quite tricky. If someone's really well known in the field of research, what tends to happen is they're invited around the world and they present all their research. This happened with Aaron, very popular, was all around the world at different conferences. Aaron also has a life away from supervising me, so he's got his teaching, he's got other stuff at home and just his own life to enjoy away from work. I still want that time though with someone like Aaron during my PhD. How much time do I need? Everyone's got a different answer to this. For me, I would have liked 20-30 minutes a week with Aaron to speak about my project. But in reality, someone as popular as Aaron was pretty busy, and that meant I didn't always get that time. I might get half an hour once every 3 or 4 weeks. And that's the question, is it worth it? Well, for me, yes. I really liked Aaron, he's a great supervisor, the knowledge he could give me was worth that time. It might not be the same time as another supervisor, but I know I'm getting high quality. That's just my story. Ask yourself, will you get the opportunity to learn from this supervisor? Do they have the time to actually work with you? Is that time enough for you? The next point is industry links. Now, anyone that's been taught by me will see this phrase all the time. It's not what you know, it's who you know and who they know. And this extends to your supervisor as well. You need to think about life after university. When I was in Nottingham doing my master's, I chose my supervisor for a number of reasons related to this video, but a big hook for me was the links that he had in professional football in that local area, for 2 reasons. It helped my study quality, and also I was thinking about the future as well. One day I might come back to Nottingham and I may need these teams for research or a job. And you need to think about this stuff and be quite crafty. Ask, out of all these potential people I'm speaking to supervise me, who is well connected to the area I want to go into when I graduate? Point number 4 is actually the biggest one for me, personality. Reason being, you're spending a lot of time with this person, and if they're a complete dick, then what's the point? This is easier to change when you're doing your undergraduate or postgraduate dissertation because you have more freedom to choose who you want. I do admit PhD is hard. You can be stuck with a supervisor you don't like. I will do a video about that, how to work your way around that. But this is very serious. I've got a friend who's actually taken their old supervisor to court because of the emotional distress they experienced during their PhD. So this is really serious. And I always made sure I chose a supervisor that I really respected, I looked up to, I really wanted to work hard for them. That didn't mean I was best friends with them, but there was a mutual respect. I worked hard and they worked hard for me, and it typically worked. Again, ask yourself a question when you're thinking about your project. Do you feel comfortable around this supervisor? This one's probably the easiest question out of the lot. Really simple. Just spend time with them. Spend 10 minutes, have a coffee, speak about potentially working together. Do you feel comfortable? If not, move on. Last point is, you want someone to motivate you. Skeptics will listen to this last point and say, yeah, but you should have your own inner drive, motivate yourself. I agree with that. But if you have a team of supervisors who actually care about you and put the time in, it can get a bit more from you. When I look back at all my education from undergrad right to PhD, there was a common link, and it was I had supervisors that cared about me and they pushed me, but I was never spoon-fed. I was someone that worked incredibly hard throughout all my degrees, and that tends to mirror itself. So if you work hard, the supervisor will spend more time working with you. If you do the bare minimum, the supervisor will do the bare minimum as well. So last point on this list, ask yourself, are you valued by the supervisor, or are you just another student, another number? If you see that red flag, move on. To summarize this short video, You want quality supervision, that's really obvious, but think about your future. What can a supervisor do to help you going forward? And personality is crucial. A PhD is 3 years. That's a long time to spend with someone that you don't like. So you have to really think about who you want to work with. Okay, that was my video. I've got plenty of videos out there on supervision and dissertations and PhDs. If you'd like me to speak about something more specific, let me know on Instagram at Sports Science Hacks. Okay, thanks for tuning in, and I'll speak to you again soon.